Hey, welcome. It's Ahaji. I am not talking to the right camera. Let's scoot over here. Alrighty. This is not going well. Let's see. Alrighty. Alrighty, there we go. So I'm Ahaji. I figured out the technology and I am a small business solo startup attorney. I am registered to practice before the USPTO, that's the United States Patent and Trademark Office. I do a lot of intellectual property work, trademarks, copyrights, patents. My undergraduate degree is in chemistry, and I've been practicing since 1999. So I know a little bit about intellectual property. Today, I am going to be walking everybody through the process of checking their own applications online. So once your application is filed, nearly all applications are filed online, you want to know how to go in and actually check it. You want to, because you don't want to have to pay me to log on to check it. You can check it yourself, right? So we're going to check it. We're going to teach you how to check it yourself. It literally takes 5 minutes, and you're going to save yourself a whole lot of money in doing it. Very, very easy. You want to check your trademark application every month or so. Sometimes the trademark office will send you something. They'll send you a communication that you need. If you don't respond to their communications, then your application will be abandoned. So you want to make sure you respond to those communications. They're called office actions. It just means the Patent and Trademark Office it just means the Patent and Trademark Office has issued an action. They've done something on your application. So you want to make sure that you are in the know when that happens. A lot of times, more often than not, there's a delay in the response from the trademark office. So if you file your application, it's very unknown caller. So today we're going to be walking through how to check your application on the trademark office's online database, which everyone has access to. And since we're talking, I just want to let you know that everybody has access to it. So I could actually go onto the trademark office's website. I can type in the name of an owner. I can type in information about the mark, the description of the mark, even the attorney. I can go pull up an attorney's name and pull up their entire docket. So everything that's sent into the trademark office is there for public consumption. So you may want to keep that in mind. You don't want to file a trademark on anything that's secret. You really can't do that because you have to use a trademark in order to have it. But if you're filing an intent to use trademark, you should know that everybody is going to be aware that everything's out there. If you have troubles or struggles during that process of that going back and forth with the Patent and Trademark Office, then everybody's going to be there to see it. In fact, sometimes if I'm filing in a category and I'm not really sure how it's going to go, I'll actually go look at a similar mark in a similar class of goods or class of services to see how it went for them. And that way I can advise the client as to whether, this is going to be an easy one or it's going to be a hard one. So you can see everything that's out there. But I'm going to switch to my computer, and then I'm going to teach you how to both do a very simple search at the trademark office to find your application or somebody else's application, and then to use the TSDR to actually get information. You can use this during your searches if you're doing a prior art search for a new trademark, or you can do this to check your own. Right? So let's turn here and look at my screen. Right? So we are already on uspto.gov. And you see we'll see all this stuff, right? So if you see here, check application status, the TSDR, you just click that. And it actually allows you to view all the documents. So you can see all the documents that are in there. Now, the tricky part is that you actually need to know the number, the trademark registration number. So I'm going to go back and show you how to do a search. So we're just going to go to search trademarks here, and then we can search how to trademark. I think so. The basic word search is fine, but I recommend that people actually use the word and/or design mark search. It gives you more search terms that you can play around with. So that's usually one that I use and I tell other people to use. And so let's just search 23. And then we'll see what comes up. And so we're going to say that this is a non-punctuated word mark. Let's see what we get. All right, so let's go to 1. A serial number means that the application was filed. It does not mean that a trademark registration was actually granted. So if a trademark registration is granted, it's going to appear here in registration number. So these were all granted. So I'm going to choose this one. Right? And so now that I've chosen it, I can actually see the registration number here. So I'm just gonna copy it. And now, if you go this long way, you can just hit TSDR. Otherwise, you can go the way we went before, which is to go through that main menu, right? So the registration is there. It has the mark. This is not a word mark. This is it's a logo. And you can get all the information that you need. Standard character mark claim, no. Color is not claimed as a feature. This is description. The mark consists of the number 23 in stylized form with a circle. The goods and services. Again, remember those goods and services need to be attached to that specimen. And it gives us the classes, and it actually says what it's for. So within that class, you don't get rights to a whole class. You're actually still going to only get rights to those uses that you can actually claim. So, charitable services, yada, yada, yada. It has the basis information. It's in use. It gives you the owner's name and address. Now, again, if you're filing a trademark application, you really want to make sure that you don't put your address here. You probably want to create a company that owns the trademark, because your address is going to be here and everyone can see it. You could also go get a mailbox or, something like that, but, everybody can see it. So just keep that in mind. Now with us, we're pretty accustomed to everybody seeing our information, so that's fine. And then you're going to have the prosecution history. See this, everything that happened, new application, a search, it was assigned to an examiner, it was approved for publication, all that stuff. So look at that. 2019, it was finally allowed and published in 2021. So this one took a couple years. So I tell people, 15 months, it could be up to 3 years. So it just depends. It just depends, right? So if you want to see any information, if there's an assignment. So it looks like there was an assignment. So every time you license the use of that mark, or you sell it, you actually need to record it, just like it's a house deed. You have to record it in the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, and then you can see all those assignments so you can know exactly who the current owner of every trademark is. You must do that. There is a fee for that, but it is required. You cannot enforce a trademark if you are not listed as the owner. Right? So if that ownership is changed, or if use is granted via license or something like that, then you actually need to record it, whole separate video, but you have to make sure that you understand that those things need to be recorded. Even if you own the LLC and you were the registrant, you still have to do an assignment from yourself to the LLC, and you have to record it and pay that fee. It's around $40 the last time I checked. No big deal. It's one document, doesn't cost very much to do. You want to make sure you do it because not doing it could actually cause lots of problems. So you want to make sure you do it. Now, this tab, Documents, this tab is going to actually show us everything. So look, here's a new application. If I click on it, I can actually see the application. There it is. The mark information, you can actually look at the image that was provided. And you can you get all that information there. All of it's there. If you want to see the signature, I mean, everything is there. That's who signed it, Jeffrey Hoyos, the vice president. And you can kind of toggle through this application here. And so you can do that. That's how you check the status. Now, if you just want to know if something's alive or not, this status button is fine. You have the application date, you have the serial number, the registration number, you have this little symbol that lets you know that it's still live and in force. You know when it was allowed. You can look up the dates of use. You can see if it's abandoned, and you can see if they're up to date on their maintenance fees, because you have to pay maintenance fees, right? So you can click on maintenance, and this gives you the dates, right? So their first maintenance fee, and basically you have to file a statement of use saying I'm still using it and pay a fee, is in 2026, and then they have another one in 2028, right? That's the 6th year. So every few years, you have to file something. So there's one between the 5th and the 6th year, and then there's another one at 10 years. So that's pretty easy peasy. So save yourself some money and check to see what's going on with your application. Just set a reminder. You want to check about every 30 days. You have a total of 6 months to respond from a communication from the Trademark Office. If you don't respond, then that application will be abandoned and you will lose all your money and have to start all the way over. There is no way to revive it. You have to start over, pay those fees over again. What happens a lot of times is that when the Trademark Office sends something out after 3 months, I think I talked about this a little bit earlier. If they send something out after a few months, it may go to spam. And if it goes to spam, then you won't notice it. And so we always do status checks as an attorney. A lot of times I get a lot of pushback from people. They don't want to pay for status checks, but you have to do a status check, because if the application goes abandoned, there's nothing that you can do to revive it. You have to start all the way over, and that is costly. You have to repay the fees. You have to repay the attorney. It's a mess. So you want to check about every 30 days and save yourself some money. You can actually go check on your own. You can even tell the trademark attorney, hey, I checked. Nothing's happening. It's still good. And just to explain a little bit, I don't want people to have their applications go abandoned because I don't explain in detail the response period. The response period is 6 months. You only get 60 days for free. After 60 days, you have to pay for each additional month up to 6 months. So I hope this helps. I hope that you can look at this video and you can go and check on the status of your trademark. I hope that you can look at this video and learn a little bit about how to search other people's trademarks. I hope that this video will help you save some cost by doing part of it yourself. All right. Have a great day.